Welcome everyone. This is Divine Dialogues, Intuitives Unveiled. I am Tracey from Angels on the Prairie.
And I'm Rhonda Sean with Divine Guidance with Rhonda. And we're members of the Angel Empowerment Wellness Center. In our podcast, we're going to be delving into topics such as intuition, angelic connections, and the spiritual realm.
We're also going to talk about our own personal experiences to help you understand your own intuitive abilities. Thanks for joining us.
And let's begin. I'm going to introduce us to Auric Spirit.
Okay, so I'm going to give a quick little lesson about what Auric Spirit is. You know, this was channeled, guided to me by archangels Ariel, Michael, and Gabrielle. At the time it was Gabrielle, because that's who I worked with at the time most. And I was just doing a conversation with them saying, so what do you want me to do? Like, I don't understand, like, what's happening. So they said, okay. So they said, you're going to teach the world about Auric Spirit. And I went, pardon? And they go, Auric Spirit. So got on my phone. I Googled that right away thinking, what's Auric Spirit? Well, guess what? There's nothing out there of what Auric Spirit is. So I said, okay, then I sat at my computer. I said, you got to tell me. And when I channel, I type on the computer. That's how I don't write, I type. Because then it doesn't matter if I make mistakes. I can figure out after. So they channeled and channeled and channeled, you know, and they got really deep and scientific. And I'm going, I don't know these words. And I'm not understanding. They started talking about molecular structure. And I'm going, okay, obviously this is something I need to learn about. But in a roundabout way, we as humans all are surrounded by auras, right? So we all have some form and we all have colors or whatever you want to call in our auras. And we can talk like I am doing right now. I can talk to another human. You know, it's easy for us to communicate. But to communicate, not everyone. There is people out there in this world that can communicate with plants, trees, and animals. But they have asked me to teach this Auric Spirit to make it simpler for people to connect with a plant, tree, and animal. And you know, Auric Spirit is what surrounds the plant, tree, or animal. You know, we all have a heart. And I'm talking living creatures. When I connect, it's just through I ask, again, Ariel and Gabrielle to help connect. When I would like to discuss something, if I'm doing a reading, that's how they'll show me pictures of, you know, a plant or something at somebody's home, or even if they have an animal, they'll show me the animal and I'll describe it and they'll tell me, okay, the plant is happy, no, it needs water, you know, it's got too much sun or not enough sun. You know, that kind of things when I do a reading. But if I go outside, do you ever wonder people why, for instance, why are you drawn to be outside? So let's say, for instance, you love working in a garden. And when I say this, I'm going to talk the garden as fruit, vegetables or fruits. You know, literally digging in the dirt, building a garden of vegetables. You know, earth is one that is another form of healing. It likes to take your anxiety, your stress, the negativity, clean it in Mother Earth and give it back as positivity. So when you work in the dirt, you're constantly being cleared. And maybe now you'll understand why you always feel good when you're working in the dirt, or why you love plants, why you love touching plants, because it's the same thing. You give them that anxiety, the stress, the negativity of your day and they return it with positivity. And people go, yeah, but the leaf dies. That's the way that it gets rid of that negativity, but another one grows, right? So
Mm-hmm.
don't overthink the reasoning behind that.
Right. So for myself, like I'm very drawn to water. Like I've always called myself a water baby. Now, do
Ah.
you, so is there a special meaning with that?
Oh, water is very, I'm going to say it's super clearing. A lake, the waves. The ocean, the waves. Comes, clears you, takes it away. Comes, clears you, takes it away. River, it just takes it away. It's always clearing. And the new is the positive, and the other side is the negative. So it's constantly clearing. Showers, baths. You know, people love their baths, soaking in their baths. And really it is very relaxing, very, very good for you. But I always ask people after the bath, stand up and do a quick rinse off. Because all that energy in the tub, you want it to go down the drain and you want to clear it off you so it goes down the drain. That's why I always ask people if you're able to have a crisp, quick rinse off at the end of the day, just to get rid of all that, and I'm going to say it, garbage of the day. You'll have a better sleep.
Yeah.
So water is definitely very clearing. Very, very clearing for people. I can feel it when I get close to an ocean. It's like literally yelling at me. Like, like I'm almost shaking because I can't wait to get my feet, get in the water. Like anywhere,
Right.
even a lake, like I'm anywhere there's water close, I need to go touch it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, for myself, and it's kind of one of my beliefs in a way. I don't mind lake water, but I won't do ocean. I'll go on a boat on an ocean. But my thing is, it's like, there's sharks in there. And I'm going, that's their home, and I'll stay on my home. But for some reason, lakes, I have no issues going in lakes, but ocean, like even just like I put my toe in it, and that's about it. But
Yeah, well, just by standing up to your ankles, it's clearing.
yeah,
Some people, yes, like to get the whole body wet. That's me. I mean, I took swimming lessons. Like, I mean, I've loved the water always.
yeah, I'm definitely a water person too, but there's just like certain parameters in my world.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's a little,
Yeah.
you never know. Something you seen, something you seen that maybe triggered you at some one point in time about
Well,
why. Who knows, right?
that would be Jaws.
That'd be Jaws, yes. Jaws 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many there was.
Yeah.
But also, like a tree. Or why do you like to go outside for walks? What's the
Hmm.
thing about what attracts you for going outside to walk? And why do you stop and lean on a tree? As a tree is very cleansing. Very,
Right.
very cleansing.
Yeah. Well, I know from my Indigenous studies classes, like it's a lot of tree and tree bark is the heart of Mother Earth. And like all things have consciousness, even a rock, like it has its purpose, it has a soul. And that's why it's kind of important to be stewards of the earth and just kind of taking care of it.
Absolutely.
Like,
If you could really look down under the ground and see the roots systems underground and how they're all connected,
yeah,
they all help and communicate to each other.
right.
So I'm a big believer in that, and I'm sad with all with the trees being, all with the farmer, and my husband's a farmer, people, so don't jump on me. But I mean, I'm just sad, when I see trees, bushes get pushed or whatever, because it is for air and it's also for wind. Like, I mean, so that land doesn't erode, get blown away. There's many reasons why to keep bush or a tree line, like trees of, but to each their own. I don't, that's just me. And I will
Yeah.
say, my husband has changed a lot. He doesn't push as much and he thinks about, we do push for regrowth,
Yeah.
because the old has to go so that the new
Right.
can grow. So we do it that way. So,
Yeah. Okay.
anyways, but yeah, I'm a big person of Mother Earth healing. Like they're all about healing. And that's what my team has told me about Auric Spirit. It's about to teach people, and I really struggle with this word, but they keep telling me to use it, is to use Mother Earth for healing. Because that's what she's here to help us, is for healing ourselves. And there's so many different forms of healing. You know, it's not like it's not just going to the doctor, get medication, which yes, a lot of times we have no choice, we need. But I mean, healing is also going for a walk and getting fresh air, clearing your mind, you know, or leaning on that tree, standing in the lake. It's a form of clearing you and healing you and get you out of that state of mind.
Yeah. Well, I know even sometimes like when I'm trying to make connections with like my angel team, I'll get told to go outside because with all the like a lot of times it's just being out in that moment, and again it's more with the fresh air and the distractions aren't necessarily there. It's just kind of being one with the wind and the float like and everything like around that. So, a lot of times if people are feeling stuck or feel like they're not connecting, a lot of times I know in the readings I have done, they're like, go outside. Even on those minus 40 degrees Celsius weather days for
Here
for
in
the
Canada.
yeah, yeah, is they're saying like even though that 2-3 minutes will
Yeah,
help.
you're right. They say the same to my people, like you need to get out, you need to get that fresh air.
Yeah.
You know, when my husband and I mean, we've been together, well, it's our 40 years this year, but we've been together for 40, 43, 44, 44.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry, that's a long time.
No, congratulations.
Anyway, we lived in a smaller community. Then we moved to the city, and we were in the city just over 10 years, and we said, this is not for us, either of us. And we looked and looked and looked, and we finally found land, and we started right from bare land. We planted and I'm not exaggerating, I'm probably under, we planted over 5,000 trees.
Oh, I
I've
wouldn't be
got
surprised.
rows of trees so that I can walk. It's funny how you are planning, but you don't understand why I'm planting this way. But it's my walking path. There's 6 rows, I could be, of trees. So I mean, and they're almost 1,000 feet long. So, and I'm sorry, I'm still old school. So I don't know
Oh,
my kilometers. So probably
yeah.
just under a kilometer, or just
Wow.
maybe just a kilometer long. So that's my walking path. And really, people, your team just helps you do things that they know that you're going to use later in
Right.
life. And yes, it was a shelter belt too, for sure.
Right.
But it was all part of my journey, because I love my land and I love to, but I'll tell you, it's getting a lot of work now.
Right. Yes. So one of your specialties, like when we were talking in like in our introduction of going into this, you offer Auric Spirit readings. So what does that look like? And did you want to give me one?
Well,
Just
they're exactly like I still do angel card reading. They still get an angel card reading, but then they'll like I say, if there's a plant or something that they want that pops in. So it's not a specific just Auric Spirit.
okay,
It's still an angel card reading, but it adds, there might be more messages with Auric Spirit into it.
okay.
So yeah, like I was gonna say, it's just like an Auric. Hmm. Give me a sec. Let's see what they want to do here.
See, and this is how it works. They will throw us off.
Yeah, yeah, things just change.
Yeah, so this was not planned, but we were guided. I was told that just to show what one would look like or potentially look like, we're just gonna do a sample.
Yeah, we are. So just so you know, I usually ask the person's name, I ask the birth date, but I know Rhonda. So
Mhm.
I'm going to be honest about this. The less I know about somebody, the happier I am to do a
Yeah,
reading.
yeah, I agree with that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's just so much easier when I don't know anything about the person. So,
Yeah.
anyways, okay, let's just see what Rhonda needs to know this moment in time for the world to see. And then let's see. Okay. Oh, okay, people. I don't know if anybody's seen. My cards fly because that's what I like. So, rain purification. Now, is that not
Yeah.
interesting?
Yeah.
Were we not
Just
talking about that, people? About how
exact.
water is so good and how Rhonda likes her water?
Yeah.
So, mm, so this is okay. So this is about, now this is not just for Rhonda. I feel this is for everybody. So every day, yes, I understand that to be water conservative, but it's okay to shower off every night. Just a quick rinse off. And I've been told if you prefer to sponge bath, that's okay too. Just try to using clearer water, okay? Like rinse the cloth or what under the sink. Don't use the same water all the time.
Mhm.
So that's what this is about, is yeah, this is about every night cleansing. So do you not have any plants in your office?
No, I have no plants in my office. And
Well,
it's funny that you say that because I was thinking, like, I kind of need something in my
well,
room.
see, and I have to be fair. I've never been around his house,
Oh,
and she always has her background on.
yeah.
So I don't know what her office, if she's even in her office or if she's in her bedroom. I have no idea
Mhm.
where she does her readings from.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they were literally talking about her office. They're showing me her office. They showed me around, and there's no plants. So they're saying you need a plant.
Okay.
They're saying you can just, do you know what a snake plant is? Because it doesn't need a lot of sun
Okay.
at all.
So I think I know what it is, and that's actually the type of plant I was looking at
It's
getting.
like tall, like it's just spiky kind of thing,
Yeah.
kind of variegated. So they're saying that's the kind of plant that they would
Yeah.
like in that room.
Okay. No, because it was so at school, our class has the snake plants at school,
Oh,
and that's what made me go. I'm like, I almost like I was being drawn to it, but I have an adverse reaction because I'm not a snake person. And I'm
see,
like,
they're very good about cleaning air. The
yeah,
snake plant is very good about
yeah,
that. So, and you can just put it on the floor.
yeah. No,
Put
but
it
I
in a
went,
basket. They said buy it and then put it in the basket and put it on the floor.
Okay.
It's
No.
very versatile and it's very, doesn't need a lot of care. So,
Yeah.
okay.
There we go. But that's how it kind of works.
That's how it works. See, you know, like it might not be exactly what you think. Like I might not talk about plants. If you have an animal, I might talk about animal, you know, but because it brought up water for Rhonda, which is interesting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like so they're just, you know, so they give a message for that and she did talk
Yeah.
about a plant. So that's how it is. So
Yeah. Exactly. Side note with that, when we were kind of talking about that. So in the morning, I like to have a bath, but in the evenings, I do like to kind of have that shower because I like the tapping that the shower brings.
ah,
And like it just kind of like I can see it like just kind of pushing the day away if it's a stressful day, or even sometimes you can get a little over high in a sense too,
you know,
right? Like it grounds you.
yes, it sure does. Yeah, and that's why they say that you will sleep better if you have a rinse off before bed
Yeah. And
because you're
I,
not taking that garbage. And again, I say garbage to bed with you.
yeah, exactly.
And it could
Well,
be just a confirmation too. You know,
yeah,
like sometimes cards are just your messages are just confirmations
exactly.
of what you already know.
Yeah. And it's just more to that validation piece for yourself.
Yes.
All right. Is there any more that you need or?
I don't think so. I just
Oh,
thanks everybody for listening to me
yes.
talk about Auric Spirit, which is my passion. One of my
Yes.
passions because I love teaching.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Okay. Bye everyone.
Thank you for listening to Divine Dialogues, Intuitives Unveiled. If you would like to work with Tracey and Rhonda, our information is posted in the show notes.
Now our new episodes are going to fall on Tuesdays. So if you're interested in receiving a free meditation on connecting to your guardian angels, click that link below to subscribe to the Angel Empowerment Wellness Center newsletter. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, everybody.